Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Maybe you need a timeout.
Welcome to the Luke and Rory podcast. Here are two guys, knuckleheads if you may, who jump in front of a camera and do a Facebook Live show.
You know, it's exciting.
They've decided to take that Facebook Live show and put it into a podcast.
Oh, good for you.
Why? Because can you really get enough of Luke and Rory?
That's a good one.
Meet Luke Weaver, who's known for his dead sexy hair.
You are an awful man. You are truly a disappointment to us all.
Meet Rory Pitts, who's never found an apple cup he can't be disappointed about.
I'm telling you, that man does not look stable.
Two guys who went to the same high school, love the same music, love sports, love movies, and love their families.
Look at these clowns. Hand-picked monkeys.
All right, looks like the boys are caffeinated and ready to go.
I want to get some coffee. You want some coffee?
That's enough nonsense. Now let's join the show.
Sound good?
So far behind in my I find it hilarious that like you barely say a word to me for like 15 minutes, and then the moment the camera comes on, like just the consummate professional. The
Exactly.
moment the camera comes on, into character.
I learned that from BJ Shea all those years ago.
Oh,
I remember listening to him on the radio, and he would talk about how he'd come into the office, and I think even his crew was talking about this on the radio. He'd come into the office, and people start talking to me like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to
And
me.
then as soon as they get the headphones on and hit the live mic, then all of a sudden, and he said the reason he does that is because he wants the banter to be authentic and real.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've talked about that before where we can talk about a subject, but then when we get on here and we start talking about it, it just loses its power. So,
Yeah.
hey, good morning, everybody.
I think we've lost our power.
You know what? Something fun. I'll talk about this a little bit later. That guy, he's Luke right there. I'm Rory. We're Luke and Rory for another week.
Still.
I think our court mandated might be coming to an end. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, the reason most important reason why we're doing the show today is because of what this guy's wearing on his shirt. On his shirt there. Look at that. That's right. Today's your last day, huh?
Yeah, I gotta put
We're already going there.
Yeah, today's her last day of school. She came home last night, and she's so funny. She's just the most random things that she like thinks of for whatever reason. So she's all done with her homework and everything, you know, Bo on the career yesterday, and then she finishes some stuff last night that she had to do, and then she goes. I wasn't home because Lainey had a basketball game, and then Maddy calls me, and she's like, "Hey, where's the car wash stuff?" And I'm like, "In the garage." And she goes, "All right." She calls her car Bruce. So for those people who don't know,
that's what I call my truck.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. So the reason she calls it Bruce is she was trying to come up with a name, and it's like solid black, and she was thinking Batman. She was watching the Batman movies, and then she was like, "I don't like Batman."
What?
Bruce Wayne. No, she loves Batman. She goes,
okay.
But I don't want to call my car Batman. She's like, "It's Bruce Wayne." So that's so anyway. She's like, "I want Bruce to look good for his final appearance at PHS," and so she washed her car, and then she goes. God love her. She texts me and she's like, "Hey, this is my brilliant daughter who's got all these scholarships and awards." So she texts me and she's like, "Hey, how do you go about vacuuming out the car?" And I go, "A vacuum?" And she goes, "Without having to drag the vacuum out." And I was like, "I mean, I guess you could drive the car into the living room and then do it there." And she's like, so it's like, just get the shop vac out of the garage.
This is the same kid who got all these awards over the past few weeks.
I know. Like, just get the shop vac out of the garage. And she goes, "Okay." and I like show Lainey, and Lainey just looks at me and like shakes her head. Like, it's like, whatever. Whatever.
Well, the reason I call my truck Bruce is because my truck looks like the great white shark from Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, yeah. It does, yeah.
And so, every once in a while I'll be like, "I'm going to go take Bruce."
Yeah, that's a good one. Hello.
Which, by the way, Bella drove Bruce on Tuesday, and we drove to Silverdale, got some groceries, drove back home, and my little petite lady, she's like, I can see myself driving this truck. I'm like,
you know what's hilarious about that is I can't get Lainey to take the expedition.
Oh yeah,
dude, I'm not driving that limousine around.
Well, the one thing, one thing I mentioned Bella while we were driving on the road. I said, "Feels like you're driving a couch." She goes, "Yeah, this is comfortable." I said, aside from the 13 miles per gallon, I'd be driving it too right now.
Absolutely. Well,
nobody's watching today, so this is great.
It's funny is like I don't know why, but like I never have any signal in here.
Yeah,
or I'd be watching this.
Let me see. Am I watching it?
Should I? I'm tempted to like break out the computer.
Nice try, Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, jeez.
Let me see here. Am I watching? Somebody's got to be watching.
Let me see what I got.
If you're watching, raise your hand.
I think it's also that
somebody is watching. Why is it so far? Okay, yeah.
Somehow.
So you must be watching, but it's not showing on here that anybody's watching.
It's really weird. I bet you there's like 18
Lance
people.
is watching.
Lance
Lance says, "Let's go."
By the way, that's her cap decoration.
Very nice.
So let's see. Let me watch.
All right, you watch over there. While you're doing that, I want to bring up something really quick
I want
here.
some other things on here anyway.
Luke actually sent this to me this morning. I'm guessing it was this morning. Let me share my screen for a second.
All right, I'm up and running.
Share the screen, and we're going to share this right here real quick.
There we go.
All right. Got the sad news that Coach Bielik passed away on Sunday. Oh, here comes your drink.
Bro, you're so nice. We'll find out. Is there alcohol in it? Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, so Coach Bielik, found out Coach Bielik passed away on Sunday. I had heard that he had been battling something for a while.
No, see, I didn't. It slapped me in the face. I was like, "What?" Like I had no idea. But just reading his obituary and saying that he was surrounded by family when he passed away, I'm like, well, unless I'm mistaken, kids don't just randomly show up at your house and be like, "Hey, maybe Dad's going to kick it today," and you know what I'm saying. So there must have been. He must have been going through something.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, man.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I was in 5th grade in Mr. Landrum's class, and, the hope was to get into Mr. Bielik's class.
Yeah.
And in 6th grade, I got into Mr. Bielik's class, and Mr. Bielik was not what I thought he was.
Yeah. Do tell.
He was a little more.
I didn't have him.
And it was good. It was good that he was like that. And then, as a 6th grader, you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm off to junior high.
I got through.
And then lo and behold, who's one of the football coaches for the junior varsity team?
Yeah.
Coach Bielik.
Fish. Yeah.
And he was also, obviously, he was a baseball coach. He was on the baseball team. I loved his passion.
Yeah.
I loved his passion for the sports. I loved his passion for the school. Even when he was
kids in general, man,
when he was getting on your case about something, it wasn't because he was being a jackass, even though that was the perception in my 6th grade self.
Yeah. Well, anybody who corrected us when we were in 6th grade, I was like, bro, don't you know I've already figured this out? Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's sad to hear. Like I said, I had heard rumblings that, and it might have been from our buddy, Mr. TJ. Who had mentioned he might have mentioned that to me. I can't remember. Yeah, but I had heard that I had been hearing for a while that he was dealing with some health stuff. And it's still, you're right, it's still a shock to the system.
I never had, let's get into it. I've never had Mr. Bielik, but I had him in football. I never met his teacher. I showed up to Hawkins with like 3 months left in 6th grade. But then I had him with football. I always remember in like 7th, 8th grade being somewhat afraid of him. Like he was tough, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it was until, honestly, I got out of high school and would occasionally come back in town and see him that I realized kind of what a gentle guy he could be and what kind of a soft underbelly he had. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that young people, young men need teachers like Bielik and Mr. Nutman and stuff like in their life that just a little bit more old school.
Yeah.
Hold you accountable. Not everything's a game. I've been reading his obituary. Like, I had no idea he was born and raised in Poland until he was 7 years old.
I didn't know that either.
And then in like some small village, and then that kind of like was an aha thing for me. I was like, okay, like
it explains a lot.
Yeah,
like I didn't know that Bishop wasn't his real name.
No, yeah,
and I can't pronounce his reil name.
No, yeah, it's awesome, whatever it is. Well, and then to move out to Aberdeen, which is
it's like Poland.
Yeah. I mean, in the 40s, like war torn and. But think about
Sorry, Aberdeen.
but if you think about it, like put this together, like he's born in 1958. I mean, he's a dozen years after the end, a little bit, Baker's dozen years after the wind down of World War II.
Yeah,
Poland is still trying to rebound from everything. I'm sure his parents and family members have seen a lot of her life. I'm just, when you hear that, when I see that, I'm like, okay, like maybe this is where a little bit of his tough exterior and his hardness on us came from. I love this picture.
Yeah, I do too.
And part of the reason is that Mr. Bielik became like just the consummate community guy in North Mason. He was at all the football games and the basketball games. Even if he wasn't coaching, he was at all the baseball games. He was coaching. He was showed up to track events. You would see him puttering around in the summer at summer league stuff. Like, when I think about like the consummate like North Mason fan, it's like Art Guidi, it's Bishop Bielik. You know what I mean? It's these people that were just always there. They were just a constant presence. And I think in all of our lives over the last 35, 40 years. And then I saw on there too, Mr. Holberg commenting.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, man, Mr. Holberg's lost his two running mates in the last 4 years, 5 years.
Coach Geyer,
Coach Geyer and then Coach Bielik.
BG. Right there on the side.
And if you look at his obituary, I love what Mr. Holberg said there in his comment. Just if you could slide down and pull that up. Tribute wall, let's see. Right there. Could not have asked to work alongside such a great and loyal friend for so many years. You are missed, Bish. I'll see you in the dugout, big fella. Like, that hit me, man. So, it's funny. In this weird way, even maybe not on a personal level, because, just different relationship. I love Mr. Bielik. I love what he meant for that community and kind of what he stood for. So, yeah.
What is going on here?
What do we got?
You need to make your streams public on Facebook. Okay. Isn't this public?
I don't know, buddy.
Yeah, it's set to public.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your screen over there. It's got the world next to it.
That's the world.
Well, you can see my comment down there.
Yeah.
But it's not showing up in the stream.
Over there it isn't, but it's showing up for everyone else to see. So forget about it.
StreamYard, you're starting to piss me off.
I know. It was so good for so long. So anyways, hey, rest easy, Mr. Bielik. Thanks for being there, man.
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing you'd say about him. Just thanks for being there, because he was always there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Bulldog, bred a bulldog. Bulldog till he dies.
Like legitimate. Kind of looked like one at times too.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I didn't know he went to Wazoo.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Like, bro.
The Coug.
There was no Coug swag anywhere, so I had no idea. Why is it I got to find out after he passes away that he's a
But
Coug?
he always had North Mason gear on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, if you wore a tux, it would have an NM on it.
Like this picture right here. Like, this is not right. You need to have a hat on.
I know. But even there, I'm thinking, oh, he's got on the baby blue with the blue tie. Like, it's just North Mason blue. That's a great picture, by the way.
Yeah.
Great picture. That's like, if you were to say his name, that smile, that kind of cherub face, that's exactly what I would see in my.
He definitely has a grandpa vibe to him.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
All right.
So
Let me go ahead and take that. Well, yeah, I apologize, everybody.
All right.
The show kind of dragging along here.
Well, we'll see these comments, but
yeah, you're seeing the comments. StreamYard, you're pissing me off.
Anyway,
okay.
Move on.
Well, one thing I wanted to share because Luke and I are pulling off. It's like we're living in two countries right now, that's a foreshadowing of what we'll talk about here in a little bit. But I haven't talked to Luke all week, so this is literally the first time I've talked to him in a week.
Best week you've had in years.
So I haven't told Luke that, Luke, dude, our awesome book here.
Yeah,
bro, we've sent out 90 copies now.
That's a good looking crew. I don't know who hired these book cover models, but they did a good job.
Yeah. Consider it sold. The complete
guide
guide to successfully selling your home.
Yeah.
And boy, howdy, in this market, you need one of these.
Yeah. Notice the thing and flip that thing around. If you guys have that, it's a lot of good stuff on the back there. Carpet cleaning, painting, handyman services, home inspectors. These are all folks that we personally love and adore and vetted and everything else. And so, if you need something, holler at one of those guys. They'll take great care of you.
You know what? I'm going to just do a little shameless plug real quick and show you guys this. Right there. Get the book. Because literally, we had a goal to get 100 of these babies out.
We're almost there.
We've got 90 of these out, I think, in 2 months.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
people are interested. Just need you to pull the trigger.
Do it. Do it.
All right, enough of that. All right. Well, do you want to go down memory road, or do you want to head over the other side of the pond? What would you like to do? Since nobody's watching the show and there's no comments.
Hold on, sorry. My daughter's texting me. My second.
La-dee-dee, la-dee-da.
Yeah, we can talk.
Life goes on.
So it's funny. She went to school this morning, and I'll see if I can't pull up the photo. But she, like last second, Rachel's like, "Hey, let me get a picture," and she just was standing in front of her car, and she's flipped around, and she just gives a thumbs up and a huge cheese, and she gets this like wrinkle right here between her eyes. Yeah, it's just adorable. It was just so Maddy. She's got on her Bambi T-shirt that she loves. And off for her last day. Let me tell you what I did on Tuesday. Our church does a thing called the Senior Blessing. And it's basically all the seniors come to the church with their parents, and the parents write something for their kids. And so I would read it for you guys, but we got to get through this. And it would take me 20 minutes to read it again because I'd just cry all the way through it. I timed myself. And it was like 4 minutes long. And then, of course, reading it in front of her, it took me like 10, 12 minutes, something like that. But it was a very rewarding experience. And just to be able to say some things to her that I probably not said before. Just kind of have like that moment with her about what she's meant to me. Not just as her dad, but it's just as a person that she is, and I'm trying to like say what I want to say without getting too deep because I'll fall apart. But I wore her shirt today, and she graduates on Saturday, and she's gonna have a bunch of family there, and it'll be great. She's just been. I remember when she was born, I was 25. And I remember thinking the whole time, just because I'm a cocky, arrogant jackass, that like I was like, oh, I got this. Like I'm so ready to be a dad, And then I remember, and I'm sure you remember this with yours, when Jess was born or whatever. But next thing you know, I'm laying on my back on that plastic piece of crap couch at St. Joseph's, looking out through those big oval windows, and it was snowing. And I just remember I was just so flipping scared, dude. Like I was like, you start thinking about every dumb thing that you've ever done, and you're like, please protect this perfect little thing from my stupidity. And despite my best efforts, Trevor says his son graduated last Friday. Oh, dude, congrats, Trevor. I did see the pictures, actually. Gosh, beautiful family, bro. Proud of you guys and happy for you guys. Matt, this is why I told myself not to watch your show today. Thanks for nothing. But despite my best efforts, here she is on the other side of high school. And I'm just so proud of her. I'm just so stinking proud of her. And she's going to head off and do some incredible things despite me being her dad. And it's been an emotional ride these last couple of months. It's funny because I used to say to people when their kid would graduate, because this is the kind of jerk I am at times, I'd be like, I don't know why we make such a big deal of this. Like, that they're getting through government mandated training to get into the world. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, shouldn't we be celebrating things that like they do above and beyond? Like, not just things that they're supposed to do.
I love you. You're the consummate. You know what? I'm going to break it. I'm going to break the rule. You're the consummate asshole. You truly are. And then when something like this happens with your children, you just melt like a stick of butter in the sun.
Oh, dude, just useless. I know. It's just, I think it's just one of those things that you just don't know until you know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And and then you get on this and you're like, and I think part of it throughout the years it's helped me is I've seen friends of hers, like the kids we knew since kindergarten, like not make it, or really struggle, and just to see the way she has held herself to a high standard and pushed through everything is just, I'm so impressed with her every day. She has an absolute like intrinsic motivation to do well that she has somewhere inside of her that God gave her that comes from nowhere else other than just who she is. And super proud. So,
well, I love the fact that I can pinpoint. It's like you can look at kids and you can pinpoint when they made that shift, or even it in your own life. When you made a shift.
Last week, maybe.
I still haven't made the shift.
Yeah. But you're saying we will know when we make that shift.
I have a pretty good idea of when Maddy made that shift to take things more serious, but still have fun.
Yeah.
And we talked about it at length. We don't need to talk about it on here, but it was just, if you raise a teenager or
she's watching
or a preteen, and you just, you're like, okay, is this, I need you to pull your head out, but I don't know how to tell you to pull your head out. And, most parents go through that.
Yeah.
And it seems like just the conversations we've had over the years, I have a good idea of when that happened. Mm-hmm. And because she just flourished after that. She just took off in spite of your efforts.
Yeah, despite me being her dad somehow. I know it's funny because people who knew me in high school, whatever, then they meet Maddy and they're like, boy, like,
oh yeah.
Good job, sweetheart. You've overcome a lot. It's just, I'm like,
oh, and that's the truth. That's absolutely the truth.
I mean, you've had a rough go, and yet here you stand as an example of, stick-to-itiveness.
Because of your father, most kids get 100%. You get 107% because of everything you had to deal with.
Yeah. Starting out in the negative. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh man. Well, I saw the weather report for Saturday. I hope the weather's wrong. I hope that it's actually at the very least be cloudy.
We'll see. What I did is I checked like where they think the weather's what time, and it looks right now that the rain should be done by about 3. So unfortunately for ER, that's their window of time. And so hopefully that's the case. And then
do they still go through with it?
Yeah. What's the worst was Ording last year. Ording High School. we got video and stuff of it that's out there. It was that day last year in Ording, or the area was like a monsoon. We got like 5 inches of rain or something. And the kids are just out there. Ording graduates out on their football field. They have that huge, and they're just out there in it, just dumping. Some of them got like plastic bags on. And I'm like, oh man. Hey, if nothing else, it'll be something to remember, but yeah.
Well, what did they say? Rain on your wedding day is a good sign or something?
Yeah.
Maybe rain on your graduation day is a good sign.
We'll see.
Well, the nice thing to know is that your diploma will not get wet because they're just going to hand you the, what do you call that? The folder, the booklet, the whatever it is.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny because I didn't even realize that until like the day I graduated.
I didn't realize that either.
And I opened it and I was like, hold on, did I not make it?
Yeah. How are they going to know?
Yeah.
When we're in order up there.
Oh my gosh.
But that's, I'm like, oh, that's the trick. How tricky, you guys.
Sorry, I'm like responding to things at the same time.
This guy. Well, with that being said, Maddy, we're very proud of you. Congratulations on this great accomplishment. And you got many, many good things coming down the road. Stay the path. Put God first in everything. And you're going to just take off, kid. You've grown so much in the past 4 to 6 years. And like the train says, toot, toot.
Yeah.
No, Maddy, I don't want to cry. You're not even my kid, and so I'm trying my best not to say anything that's going to get tears going. So, because then your dad won't let me hear the end of it.
It's funny because it's going to die, and then you've been through this because you took Jess off to college and stuff. It's going to like die down for the next couple months, and then I got to take her to school.
Oh yeah,
and I'm going to be useless. So
yeah. And I'll tell you what hit me was when I saw tears in Jesse's eyes.
Oh,
because Jesse is not a big crier.
Yeah.
And when I saw her crying when we were leaving college, I was a wreck all the way from Bellingham back down to Puyallup.
Just swerving all over I-5.
Dad, what's wrong? I can't see. It's wet. Dad, it's sunny outside.
Dead of summer.
It's horrible.
Dead of summer. Just got the windshield wipers on for no reason.
Yeah. It's not. The windshield wipers aren't working.
Yeah, it's I would love to sit here and talk about her, but we've talked about her a lot, and I'll just be a mess. And so it's I'm proud of you, sweetheart. If you're still watching, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you set a high bar for your siblings, and that's good. That's good. That's how you lead and set others up for success. And so I know you're going to do great things, and I'm just a passenger on that ride. So I love you very much. All right, move on. Move on. What do we got? Oi! All right.
So you challenged me last week.
I did.
Challenged me last week because he called me out. I actually heard it on the replay. I was listening to I was actually going to text you and say what we always say when we listen to a replay. We're funny. I was going to text you, but again, it was
to ourselves.
But kind of like what you said earlier, I'm like, I don't need to text him. He already knows that.
Yeah.
But I heard that part again where you challenged me, where I told you, hey, you need to watch the New England Patriots Dynasty documentary. And then you called me out and you said, I recommend Ted Lasso, but you're like, whatever. So I'm like, fine.
Whiner. What a whiner.
So all that to say, not only did I watch Ted Lasso, but I binged all 3 seasons in 1 week.
All 3?
Yes.
Actually, I knew that. You know how I knew that is because you said something about Zava. And so I was like, he had to have gone far.
I actually finished the series finale last night with Ryan. That was the only one that Ryan watched with me.
Really?
Yeah. But the kids, every once in a while, they'd come into the room and then they'd hear the cussing and all that kind of stuff. And they'd be like, we're going to go the other way. But I will tell you this. I enjoyed watching the series. The only negative thing I'll have to say is that it feels like in probably season 3, it felt like it lost its way for a little bit. It seemed like the heart of it was Ted Lasso and the ridiculous humor, and I didn't realize Bill Lawrence was part of this. Bill Lawrence, who also did Scrubs.
Yes.
I love the humor in Scrubs.
Yeah.
And that off the cuff, not expecting the joke to come.
Yeah.
That's what I really liked that first season. The second season was interesting, and I enjoyed it for the most part. The third season, I actually got to probably about 3/4 of the way through, and I thought, this episode's an hour. I mean, as I'm watching it, I'm like,
right,
what are we doing here? What's our
where are we going?
Yeah. And then yesterday I had 2 episodes left to watch, and so we had to. Christy had to go get her enhanced driver's license.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sitting in the parking lot watching the second to last episode, and it's the one where Jamie's all emotional.
Yeah. I love his arc, by the way.
I love his arc too.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I watched so Ryan and I finished the last episode, and then I said, hey, why don't you watch the first one with me so you can see how far all these characters came. And so he watched the first episode, and he's like, wow, they all really hated him. Yep. And then throughout the entire season, it all changed around. I like almost everybody's arc in there. I'm not going to go into detail on one of the arcs in there that I thought was kind of stupid. But there was another arc in there that I thought was poignant for our times. And, I'm not really thrilled with that, but I understand that arc and the importance of it. But there was another arc in there that I thought,
There was some, I think, that was gratuitous.
Yeah.
A little, But overall, the comedy of it, and I think Sudeikis in that role was just
perfect,
spot on.
Oh my gosh, he's perfect.
Yeah, so many times just dying laughing.
Now I will say this:
darn tootin', Vladimir Putin.
I will say this: I have found my spirit animal.
Oh yeah.
Oi!
Yeah.
Whistle.
What the?
Every time he came on, I'm busting up laughing.
Yeah.
And I even love it in season 3. When this must have been like, I think there's 11 episodes in season 3, so I think it was about episode 6, episode 7, something like that. They're talking to the guys, and Ted Lasso says something to the group, and then without missing a beat, Roy says something that sounds like Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I effing hate what you've done to me. And then like 30 seconds later, he says something again like Ted Lasso would say. He goes, oh, kill me. So I've shown Bella and Ryan a little bit of Roy. You can only show so much.
Oh, yeah. It's far out.
And they just started laughing, and I said, you guys, he's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. Nailed it.
The very first thing Roy says to Ted Lasso in season 1 is, I didn't think I was going to be coached by Ronald effing McDonald.
Yeah.
So my favorite character by far is Roy.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, same. And his relationship with his niece.
Yeah.
It's just great. And her teacher and all that, like she's trying to.
And she keeps her tally of his, like she's got a swear jar, but it's a swear tally.
Yeah.
What are you up to, sweetheart? 1,387 pounds.
Yeah. God, he was great.
And the funny thing is, I watched a couple, because I wanted to see what is this guy really like.
Yeah.
I watched a couple interviews with him. Nicest guy.
Oh yeah.
Such a sweet
Completely
guy.
different. Roy Kent. Yeah, dude, just.
So, yeah, if I could come back as any character on Ted Lasso, Roy Kent. That's my dude.
I know what arc you're talking about, too, that wasn't like, it seemed like unnecessary. But aside from that, the character of, what's his face? The journalist.
Oh, yeah, Trent.
I liked Trent.
Oh, yeah.
I liked his character. I like kind of the, just the relationship between him and Ted.
Yep.
And kind of how that evolves throughout the series.
I like the character arc of Nathan as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't quite understand why he got so upset.
Yeah.
But then to storm off and go to the douchebag guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was happy to see in that scene where he got invited to, what is it? Something in Honey, whatever that private bar is.
Oh, yeah.
I like how the owner was trying to get him hooked up with 2 more supermodels.
Right.
And he's like, no, this is not where I need to be. I need to be at home with my girlfriend. So I like Nathan's arc. And can we just talk about Ted Lasso is a very good representation of forgiveness, of giving people a second chance, which I didn't know Beard's story until that second to last episode, or maybe third to last episode, where he goes to meet up with Nathan.
I love Beard.
Yes, and Nathan's like, "Are you here to kill me? Are you here to murder me?"
Yeah.
But then to hear, I didn't know. I mean, Nathan's Beard's story, amazing.
Yeah.
It just and I think that made Nathan realize, okay, I can be an absolute dick, and Ted is still gonna.
I can rebound and
from this. Yeah.
Ted's better than all of us.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, it was funny because when he first started with the anxiety stuff, I was like, "What the hell are we doing here? Like, are we really going to ruin this show with some kind of doggone point or whatever?" And then, but then as it went on, I was like, "I think this is good. Like, I think the show's funny still, but you're also showing like,
good morning, Carrie Ann.
He's fallible and still tries to be positive through it.
Yeah,
but also, even though he tries to be positive, he's still a dude." Yeah. Like, I can handle it, it'll be okay. Like, and then you can't.
And to hear his story.
Yeah.
Like, that was heartbreaking. I think I was tearing up during that part. I think Jason Sudeikis did a fantastic job on that entire series. I know that is the whole plan was 3 seasons, and he's back home now. But all the other actors have said they would absolutely be on board to do more. I think I like the idea of a spinoff.
I do too.
I think I like that better than. I don't want Ted Lasso to come back to England because I think the way they did it is perfect. I think it'd be cool for Ted Lasso to come back, every once in a while.
Yeah, I think so too. Some kind of way, even more like the boss. Like she would be great. I loved her little relationship with the boat guy.
Yeah,
that little intro, that was hilarious. She falls in the water and all kinds of stuff.
Now I'm confused because he says after she leaves, "Oh yeah, we did." Did they?
Yeah.
Did they not?
Yeah.
And I don't believe in psychics, but that was the one thing that did not get addressed. Everything else that psychic had said, except for you're going to be a mother. Was it you're going to be a mother or you're going to be pregnant? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's you're going to be a mother. Yeah.
And it was like. Okay, well that might make sense then, because that little girl.
I'm curious. Dude, hold on. Lainey's trying to call me. Something's going on at school.
All right. I got it. Well, I got nothing popping up here, you guys. Mariah, good morning. Good to see you, Mariah. Nothing is popping up here. My computer system here is crap right now. It literally has none of your guys' comments on there. I've got my smartphone right here. That's the only way I know that Maddy jumped on, that Carrie Ann's on here, that Mariah's on here. Paul, Drew, where are you guys? Especially Paul. Paul, you told me not to give Ted Lasso any crap, and I'm not. I'm giving Ted Lasso lots of love. Oh, well. There we go. There she is. Hi, Mariah. Yeah, I put you up on the screen, but my freaking computer program thingy here is not working yet again. Man, it really drives me nuts when technology doesn't work. What do we got here? Drew says, "Wait, the kids are still in school." Not a problem. Luke took off. Hot phone call from his daughter, Lainey. Not sure what's going on. Hopefully everything's okay. But so I guess I could. Maybe I'll say this when he gets back. I might actually start watching soccer because of Ted Lasso. Looks like it could be fun. I mean, I know I'm late party. I know Kevin is probably giving me crap. I know Lance is probably giving me crap because I know that you guys are big soccer fans. Me, I've kind of been like, I could do without it, but I don't know. After watching Ted Lasso, I'm kind of interested now. Let me see. Anything else on here? Nope. All right. Well, let's see. If I got anything I can show you guys right now. Well, that's not Luke. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. Who's on here? I can't see. Let me see. Premium League doesn't start back up until August. So I may have to give that a shout. I know nothing about soccer other than I played it when I was a little kid. So I don't have a team affiliation or anything like that. May have to try and figure that out. But I don't know. There's part of me that wants to move to England and live in those little villages, and then just every Saturday go. I mean, I guess we got that here with college football, but I think that'd be cool. A bunch of rowdy hooligans. And I can tell you, I am of European descent, so I could easily be one of those wankers who are in the bar drinking and watching football. Drew says, but there is the MLS. Yeah, I guess we have an MLS team right here in our backyard, so I suppose I should pay attention a little bit more. I don't know why I haven't cared. Can't really put my finger on it. I mean, I had buddies in middle school who loved soccer, but it never floated my boat. Maybe because I was always playing the position of left out. Let's see. Drew says, watch Welcome to Wrexham on FX. Ooh, okay. Oh. I feel lonely. Like there's things I want to say to you guys, but I need his reaction to say those things. So what else is going on, everybody? How's everybody's 2024 going so far? If I'm being completely honest with you guys, not going good. I mean, we're having highlights. Don't get me wrong. We're having highlights this year with kids graduating and things like that. And Christy graduating. Christy graduates in 2 weeks. Is that right? Yeah. She graduates in 2 weeks. Well, she doesn't actually walk down the aisle to graduate. She decided not to do that. But she's done with her final class, I think, in 2 weeks. And then she will have her bachelor's degree in graphic design. So if you need anybody, or if you know anybody that needs graphic design work, I know a recent graduate who would love to have some work right now. And I know that her husband would love her to have some work right now. No, just, Drew's trying to call me. Why is Drew trying to call me? Drew, I'm in the middle of a show.
Sorry, dude. It's a rough day.
Drew, I am in the middle of a show. Do you just want to see me talk to you on the phone?
It is a rough day, man. All right. Is it Drew Long? What a knucklehead.
Let's say that last part again because he was talking. Luke came back and now he's talking. I appreciate that, Drew. You're a man right there.
A real mensch.
All right, take care, brother. Bye. There you go. It's not a call-in show, but apparently it was a call-in.
We're now taking calls. Let's go to the text toy.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Drew, for the call. So I didn't share too much.
This is a weird day.
Jamie
Tart
toot 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 toot. Jamie Tart toot toot toot. I heard the crowd singing that.
Yeah. What was the one they did for Roy?
He's here. He's there. He's everywhere.
Roy Kent. I'm like, there's so many. How about I thought about this. I was like, it was so corny, but like, I remember the first time it happened, I cringed, but then they'd always do it. What do the dudes get together? The dogs or whatever.
The Diamond Dogs.
Yeah.
They got Sam to start barking.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
So every time they said Diamond Dogs need to get together, I'm like, mute.
Yeah.
I know Sam's gonna lose his crap.
That's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, overall, show was great. Again, when I found out it was Bill Lawrence that was, I believe, the producer.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly. But he did Scrubs,
Yeah.
and I loved Scrubs. That kind of humor was just so great.
Yeah.
And you know, my spirit animal on that show is what's his name, Doctor.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh gosh,
Red hair.
No. What's his name? Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Scrubs. No, not that. The show Scrubs.
It literally pulls up Scrubs for you in case you're a doctor. And...
Perry Cox.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Dr.
who I was
Cox.
thinking. Yeah, Dr. John C. McKinley.
Yes, I love him. He is such a good
McKinley's
actor.
great. Dude.
He's
a great character actor.
Yes.
Office Space. What would you say you do here?
Yes. Yeah, almost everything that guy touches, man.
I die in Office Space when he does that thing with his tongue where he like leans in. He's like, "What would you say you do here?" And then he goes, "I can't even do it." He's like, his tongue across his top lip, back and forth. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that is so good.
So antagonizing.
So I was just talking with them, and it's kind of funny. You came back and said, "Oh, what a day," because I was trying to fill in space here. Because I wanted to sing the Jamie Tart song, but I didn't want to sing without you here.
Of course.
But I asked everybody how their 2024 is going so far, because ours is...
And it was Jamie Tart.
Ours is going as well as Roy's knee. Oh, boy, I tell you.
Oh,
and I just, you know, aside from graduations, it's been a year.
It's been a doozy.
It's been a year. Like I texted you on Saturday. You know what? I'm even going to read it verbatim what I texted him on Saturday.
Oh, no.
Okay, so we did text a tiny bit on Saturday. But here is what I sent to him.
I vaguely remember this.
We are a friend song. It's not our day, our week, our month, or even our year.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I'll be there for you.
And I uncomfortably am laughing because the pain.
It's been a weird one, man.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what it's been like for you guys.
People always say, like, yeah, you know, you look back on these times and laugh. And I'm like, can I get to that spot where I look back and laugh?
Yeah. I had a good conversation with Ryan last night. We had a lot of emotions in the house yesterday.
Yeah.
One of the things is that Christy is looking for a job. And
oh yeah, that's right.
And so she's trying to focus on a graphic design job, and she's got an internship right now where she's getting experience, but she's not getting paid. So the experience is good.
Yeah.
But she also got an interview. She applied for and got an interview for a career that she used to do that she didn't really want to do.
Yeah.
And it got to the point last night where there were some tears, and finally I just said, don't take it.
Yeah.
Don't take the job.
Yeah.
I mean, could we use? Yeah. Who couldn't use?
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, no, focus on what you want. You have an opportunity right now. Plus, you got a graphic design degree that we have to pay for.
Yeah. There's that piece.
And then after that, I had to talk with Ryan about what he wants to do. And he had mentioned the other day about something that he's really passionate about, but he's like, I don't know if I could do it, and different factors and stuff. And so sitting around the fire, I told him, I said, buddy, right now is the time. If that's what you want to pursue, then let's talk about doing that.
Yeah.
Because I said, you could be a nearly 50-year-old man and still not know what you want to do with your life. That's not fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Is everything okay?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I might have to go to the school. So, once we're done, we'll see what happens. So,
do we need to do like what Roy said? Do we need to go find out who's bullying her and get a rope, cover it in red paint, break into the person's house at 4:00 in the morning and beat them with it?
I'll tell you what happened, and I'm a little frustrated.
Uh-oh.
She's not going to watch, so it doesn't matter. But
you don't have to share if you don't want.
No, it's all right. Lainey's never had anything less than an A in any class. And she's got 5 A's right now, and she had a B in minus in math, which is like usually her best subject. But the reason is Lainey got really sick like a month and a half ago, and she missed like 6 straight days of school. And then she was back for a couple of days and had to miss another couple of days. And in that time of sickness, she missed an entire test. She missed a test, and then she missed almost like a whole unit and went into the next test with no practice. So she didn't do well on that test. And so she went to her math teacher, and who was also her basketball coach for 2 years and who adores Lainey, and said, hey, what can I do? And her math teacher told her, like, hey, like, you can still get your A, like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So Lainey took the test that she was missing. No. She took the last unit test that they just had to do, and did well on it and brought her grade up to a B+. And then she made and then you're able to go back to old tests and kind of make up stuff. And so she did, and she got her grade to an A-. And then she had to do that test that she missed. And she still wasn't feeling great about it because she just missed a whole section of stuff. So anyway, but all she really needed to get on it was I think all she really needed was a B- on the test, and they would bump her grade up because it's a summative to an A. Well, she got answers right, and her teacher pulled her in after class, who knows Lainey well, and accused her of cheating on the test and docked her a bunch of points. And so now her grade sits 0.5 below an A. And she's on the phone crying. And so Lainey's like, she goes, well, you didn't show all your work. But they've always had a rule in the class that, like, you don't have to show all your work if you can do some of these calculations in your head. It's the way it's been the whole semester. I've seen her tests. So she made Lainey get scratch paper and show her that she could do the work. And so Lainey did it. And so then she gave her half credit back instead of giving her the full credit. And so she's like 2 points below what she needed to get, but she technically got the answer. Anyway, so she's just upset. So she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, and I'm just kind of like, what the hell? Like, my daughter.
That's frustrating, especially when you're accused of cheating.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Yeah. So, so she's trying to figure it all out. And, she's like, I don't know what to do. I literally don't know what to do, Dad. Like, do I just say, forget it and leave it? And I was like, is it important to you? And she's like, well, yeah. And I was like, then I wouldn't quit until they put a knife in it. Like, and if you want, once the show's over, I can drive over to the school and come into the office and ask to talk to somebody, talk to the principal, whatever. I was just like, because you have a stellar record. And for her to do that, like, it's just garbage. So we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, man. What a weird day it is right now.
Yeah, it is. That's really weird.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, you know what? I know we talked about Gen Zers. We were going to talk about Gen Zers bringing their parents to job interviews.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to, unless you got thoughts on it, I'm just going to table it.
Yeah, let's table it.
Yeah.
Let's do it another time. I think it's a good one. I feel like you and I are not in the mindset to do this right now.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't sleep well last night.
Yeah.
I got a lot on my mind. And
yeah.
I actually had to get up. I was up until, I got up about 2:30, and I didn't go back to bed till 4. So I didn't get a great night of sleep.
You know what? I think we'll call it a wrap, dude.
Well, let's laugh a little bit. Let's laugh a little bit, and we can call it a wrap. We'll laugh a little bit. Okay, so I'll just go ahead.
I'm in that mindset. Remember when we were like, hey, if we're not feeling it, we're not going to do it. We're not going to put pressure on ourselves to do the show. Like, if there's a Thursday, we're just like, hey, bro, I'm not feeling it. And I'm like, here we are, like 50 minutes in the show. I'm like, we're not feeling it, dude. Just cut it off. Like,
well, the software's not working.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Which is throwing me off. And then Lainey's trying to get a hold of me.
What does Drew say?
Let's talk about the Celtics taking Game 3 last night.
Oh, bro, you know what? I feel like crap.
Let's not.
I totally forgot that the finals were on. What is the finals? What are we?
3-0 Celtics right now.
Oh, that's why Drew wants to talk about it.
Although, Drew, I will say.
Oh, there you go.
The only thing I will say is that it seems weird to me that the Mavs are in the middle of a furious rally coming back they were 21 down in the fourth quarter. They're within 3 with like 2 minutes left. And they foul out Luka Doncic, who's fueling the whole thing. Just Luka got 4 fouls in the fourth quarter.
Wow, that's
conspiracy much? Weird. Yeah, seemed kind of weird to me. So anyway,
all right. Well, here's some angry Yelp reviews that I found, and I would have done the work and actually have gone through these, but instead, we're just going to go through them together.
Angry Yelp reviews.
All right. So I'll apologize right now. I know I never apologize for my language, but some of these have cuss words in them and they're going to show up on the screen. So if your kid can read and they can see that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What does that say? douchebags. I like that.
Douchebags, humor, idiot, work sucks.
Yeah, I like that
tags.
hashtag.
I love the 1-star reviews and things like this. Like, they're always funny. All right, go ahead.
All right, so this one says, do not recommend this car wash. The vacuums remind me of my ex. It doesn't suck for nothing.
0 of 10 for me. If you want to become better, make sure the vacuums work. Wow. Wow. I don't even.
You want to read that one?
Okay.
Try and filter it best you can.
This is by far the worst barbecue I've ever had. I got the turkey club, and let me tell you, it was awful. The bacon was like chewing condoms. I want to know why you know that, Jordan B. The turkey was dry as an old man's rear. And the barbecue sauce tastes like old lady. I can't. My daughter's watching. The only thing that tasted good were the chips because they had no taste. Thank God for the chips because if I had to eat greasy horse manure, I guarantee I'd have diarrhea for 3 days. Oh my God.
So how do you feel, Jordan?
Yeah. So
Jordan is a wordsmith.
George, you gonna give him another shot or? Wow.
Oh my goodness. All right.
John A, go for it.
Oh yeah. See, look at here's their.
Oh man.
All right. What's John A got? Did not have a good experience. Last I looked, we are in America where we speak English. When you ask for help and the store employee can't speak English, they don't need to be here if they can't.
I've always
okay.
Here's the funny thing about that, and I'll give him credit on this, is that like when you say something like that, people are like, oh, just you're such a bigot, you're so narrow-minded. But like I've traveled a fair amount to other countries, and I've never run into the issue the opposite. Like in other countries, they're not hiring people who can't speak their language. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, but I think to the point is John really needs to work on his English.
Grammar. Yeah, his grammar. Yeah. Let's just hold on. Let's look at it. Did not have a good experience. ... Okay. First off, right there, you didn't even throw in I. So who did not have a good experience? Second of all, I don't know if you're doing 2 periods or that's a half-ass attempt at an ellipses, but it's wrong either way. Then you start with last lowercase l. Last I looked, we are in America. Where? You gave we speak English.
We are we.
You're an idiot. Then you do another half-ass attempt at an ellipses. That's wrong, by the way. Hey, for the record, when you do an ellipses, after your last letter in the word, it's space dot space dot space space dot space dot. Yeah. So there's a space.
I have been educated on this.
Yeah. When you ask for help and the store employee can't speak English, they do not need to be here if they can't speak. You know what, John? You need to go with them.
John needs to be deported.
John needs to go with whoever can't speak English. You're
all
fired.
right, you got the next one.
What would he say? They're definitely too smart for that place. I think that I'm hoping that this guy did this correctly.
Oh, he purposely did this.
He uses the wrong there.
Yes.
Spells definitely wrong. Doesn't use the right form of 2. Smart. Wrong form of 4. That pulse. All right.
Yeah.
Well
He
played.
purposely did that.
Well played. My wife. I have loved this place and have met so many great locals since I moved here a bit over a year ago, but felt completely let down after being bullied by belligerent people and feeling no support to kick them out. I felt let down, and bartender had poor judgment in looking out for me as a regular. Please don't throw your bird at people anymore. The staff is not responsible for your fights. I found the video of you throwing the bird. I love the business owner comes back. Second of all, and this is just like life experience. I think they just told me this. If you're complaining about how you were treated as a regular at a bar, I usually just like I'm already questioning.
Yeah.
Like you were probably drunk. If you're there, if you're a regular at a bar, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because I used to bounce in bars, and the regulars had drinking problems. So, you know what I mean? Like, anyways,
I do love the business owner's response. Just stop throwing the bird at people.
I love it. In my mind, like my fantastical brain immediately goes like someone just hucking a parrot.
That's exactly what I thought at first, and I went, "Oh, okay."
Just walk in the bar with a sparrow, just
Well, what's the thing you do in England? Is that what it is?
I think so. Yeah. Unbelievable. Wait, hold on. I'm not sure why throwing a bird at people is such a big deal, but okay. Well played. All right.
My friend's leg is hurting now. Pinched nerve because of your toilet seat. Caused damage to her leg nerve, causing numb. You need to get a flatter toilet seat. Otherwise, never returning back to your restaurant ever again if you change the seat. Toilet needs to be lower. That's why the toilet seat caused problem. It's hard to go to the bathroom on a hard seat. It's like sitting in a tree branch. Log panel burning in legs because of the toilet seat. Please get a U-shaped flat toilet seat. The toilet seat is round like a pipe. It hurts the nerve and leg.
How long are you on the toilet seat?
How do you give 2 stars for that?
I don't.
It's not even a 1-star review.
I don't even know what they're talking about.
I got so lost. Yeah. What does the guy say? Someone find and apprehend this toilet seat.
Someone find and apprehend the guy who wrote this.
All right, there you go. You get this one.
Rude. Called, no answer. Waited 5 minutes. Called, no answer. Went in, stood there for 2 minutes. Lady came through. I'm gonna guess he meant came through. Just said just a minute and then answered the phone. Made me feel really great. Service won. It's them against the world. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you do negative reviews? I don't.
Not that I know of. I barely do reviews, but if it's something I'm trying to do more reviews.
I feel like I'm all about giving great reviews.
Yeah.
If it's earned and deserved, which I probably don't do enough of.
Yeah.
Really. But negative reviews?
The thing is,
I don't have the bandwidth.
I don't want my name associated with the negativity, even though I'm a negative person.
Fair.
Debbie Downer, Sourpuss McGee. I just don't want to be like, oh yeah, Rory Pitts. He's the one that gave 1 star and called those people douchebags. I don't.
I mean, you did call them douchebags.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I threw him the bird.
But here's also part of it. I feel like you're just living in your anger and squalor even more. Like you're just reliving a bad experience. Like just move on.
Yeah.
I agree. Who really wants to go home, grab a beer, rehash their anger, and
use horrible grammar,
hammer away? By the way, this is why you, like earlier, you're like, this guy's an a-hole, which isn't wrong, but when I used to be like, why are we celebrating what people are supposed to do? It's because, see, these people right here with this English, they got through high school too. Like,
oh my goodness. Drew says, we speak English, says Ralph Wiggums. All right, this one says, my friend and I came in to do their kitchen sink ice cream challenge. We were immediately not greeted very kindly. The owner rushed us to hurry up with setting up our equipment before we even put in our orders. We both threw up during the challenge. Then the old owner told us to get out if you're going to throw up, as if we threw up on purpose. You think we wanted to throw up? We were extremely dissatisfied with the service. So when we went to pay for our challenges, we each only left $1 tip. Then the owner had the nerve to complain again over how much we tipped, saying, come on, you guys are grown men. Get out and don't ever come back.
Oh.
Sir, you are lucky we even tipped at all with how poorly you treated us in front of your customers. The owner responds,
oh boy.
You 2 grown adults need to find a new hobby. We have hosted many food challenges, including Man versus Food on national TV. Obvious the 2 of you don't know what you're doing. You threw up into ice cream you were eating, disgusting families that were eating in a family restaurant. Both of you 2 grown men should be embarrassed for yourselves. Also, the 2 of you were in the night earlier doing the burger challenge and left a $5 tip. You're both idiots and are not welcome back in my store.
Jeez.
My ice cream barf sounds more like a you problem.
Yeah. Jeez. By the way, 2 should be spelled out. 9 and below should be spelled out. I have such a hard time with this about me.
I know. All right, you got the next one here.
Kebab time. Where do I start? I came into this joint expecting a half decent kebab or kebab, depending on where you're at and how you want to say that. But I was truly left I was left truly and utterly disappointed. When going out to eat, you expect something to taste nice. Obviously, not like your grandma's cooking, the kind that makes your heart feel happy and like a child again. Those guys just
Good grief.
Pitter patter, get at her, dude. But something that is worth your money. This place is not worth your hard-earned cash made by your tireless efforts at your meaningless job, which is now taking you nowhere. I think this guy's got some other things on his brain besides. He really spiraled. The kebab tasted as if it prepared in a dog food factory, but the batch of dog food that got its recipe totally ruined by a blind man pouring in ingredients at random, and then instead of being thrown out, was left to bake in the open sun. The kebab here is something the Japanese used to make their enemies take when being held captive. Eating at this place was like eating in old folks' home where half the residents have already died, but nobody knew KNEW has come in to take their place. Okay. It is quiet and awkward, kind of like middle school dance where you don't know if you're allowed to dance or if others will make fun of it. Fun of is how I felt when I was sitting staring at my kebab. This place is not worth it. Don't even go in if you came from the desert and this is the first food place you've seen in months. Please consider your loved ones before eating it. Good Lord.
That's like Ted Lasso and Roy Kent have a love child.
Well, here's the thing with these long ones too, is like it probably took them a half hour.
Right.
Like of editing it and like
reading it. Yeah. Send it. No.
Synonym for. I mean, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. You won't complain about these Monty Python teas.
Oh yeah.
What does it say right after that?
Nothing. Yeah, no comment on that one.
5 stars.
Oh wow. When I found out they had fired Rachel, I just had to start going back there again, which I will do every chance I get. Anyone who is smart enough to fire Rachel most definitely deserves my money. My prior experiences here were ruined by Rachel, but now that she's gone, I think I'm going to be bringing my very large family here for all major holidays. I'm not sure if they cater, but I'm going to recommend that my employer check it out. Hope the door didn't hit Rachel on the way out. Bro, that's kind of rough. Why would you write that about your wife?
I know, yeah. Bro, it's hard living at home, dude. Ready to fire Rachel. Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. Poor people. Look
at the response. That's the best part.
That is the Roy Kent response right there.
We can't say it, but oh, my God. That's the best part.
Delivery took over 2 hours because they said the driver turned around because it was raining heavy out.
Bro.
Are you kidding me? I'm Peter, the owner. This is the first time I've ever responded to a review. My employees' lives are more important. That's exactly correct. We had torrential rains, maybe even a tornado. I would never put any of my employees at risk.
Bro, this guy here don't care.
Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever.
Oh, man. Hilarious.
What's Paul have to say here?
I wish I could give no stars at all. I know my review is not going to hurt this place, but I just want to eat the customer. I just want to eat the customer service is for. I just want to eat. What? Bro, Anthony or Paul, customer service is horrible, and the owner is a rude. Oh my gosh! Thanks for your well thought out review, Paul. Detailed reviews like yours are what we look forward to reading. We can't wait to never see you again.
That's a great response.
Way to handle it, Anthony.
Way to go, Anthony.
Way to go, Tony. Eat the rich. Eat the rich. Nope. Eat customer service.
Oh my gosh. The filet was fantastic, an amazing crust and cooked to perfection. I recommend the truffle butter. The waitress was attentive and friendly. However, growing up in the Bible Belt, it could be that I'm not fully aware of West Hollywood dining expectations. I can state confidently that I'm used to not being touched by someone while using the restroom.
What?
That being said,
just a hand under the stall.
I was taken off guard by the very enthusiastic bathroom attendant at STK, who approached me from behind as I was using the urinal, placed a hand on my shoulder, and began to roll a lint roller on my back. Now, full disclosure, as he did it, he said to me, "Don't be alarmed. I'm just lint rolling your back." Sadly, by then, I was already quite alarmed.
Hey, this bathroom attendant goes the extra mile, bro.
This became an interesting discussion at the dinner table after this moment, and a quick search told us that not one of the 847 reviews of STK contained the word lint. We concluded this was a freak incident, potentially by an overzealous bathroom attendant excited to use his new lint roller, and I was simply the first customer in need of lint removal. To test, a second of our group, whom was confirmed lint-free, decided to use the restroom and receive this exact same service, nearly verbatim. This means this is either a new feature of STK that I was first to experience, or so common and expected in upper-class West Hollywood steakhouses that it doesn't even elicit mention to anyone later writing a review. Either way, thought I would share for anyone else from out of town considering a visit to STK. 4 stars.
Don't be alarmed. I'm just rubbing your shoulders while you pee, as is customary in Los Angeles. I'm going to tell you, though, have you ever been to a restaurant that has a bathroom attendant?
Once or twice, like barely ever.
Yeah, so I probably have a handful of times. I'm not, dude, every time it catches me off guard.
It's like a warm towel.
Well, like you walk in and they're just standing there, and my immediate is, you know what I mean? Like you're like just stop.
All I can think of is what's his name? The comedian Chris. Oh,
Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott. All I can think about is his character that has the very small hands.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of.
I'm always like, and then you're peeing, and I'm just like.
Went to the gym today. It was glute day.
Yeah, a little. And like sometimes they're talking to you, like, how are things? And you're like, bro, I'm
short shriveled to the left.
Yeah, it's just like this odd, like, and then you wash your hands and they're just like, like I'm gonna get some stage fright, bro. Like I need a little room. Nothing is worse though than going into a bathroom. Like, have you ever had this happen? There's 10 urinals, and you pull up to one. Maybe number 1 or 2. There's no one else there. And then a dude will pull up to the one right next to you. You have all this room.
That breaks the number 1 rule.
Yeah. Dude, I'm
man club.
I'm going to turn and pee on you if you don't move. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I've even had this discussion with Ryan.
Yeah.
I said, and I think I was having a discussion with his buddies too. And I'm like, guys, if there's 3 urinals and there's one guy on the right at the right urinal, which urinal do you go to?
Yeah.
And they all said, to the left one.
Yeah, I feel like we're born with this innate sense of knowing this.
Yes.
And then there's just some random idiots out there like that, or that, or like you're on some TV show and they're legitimately trying to make you feel uncomfortable. They just think it'd be funny. Like they got dared by their buddy. Hey, that big guy just went in the bathroom. Go pee next to him. Like, see what happens. See if he kicks your ass. Like I'm just like, I don't understand.
There was one thing that Russ and I did when we were younger, when we were hooligans. And if one of us had to go use, we were in public, we had to go use
By the
the
way,
restroom.
this was last summer in Leavenworth.
Yeah. If one of us had to go number 2 in a public restroom, the other one would wait out. And so you'd count to like 30 seconds, and then you'd walk in there. You're just like anybody else that's walking in here. You grab some of the paper towels. Or I would get to the point where I would go over to the urinal.
Yeah.
I would wait just a little bit. I'd pull the handle so it sounds like I'm a normal person. And I go over there. Turn on the sink.
I love it. Sounds like I'm a normal person.
Turn on the sink. And while the sink's still going, have the paper towels come out. And I'd get the paper towels all underneath the water. And then I'd walk over there and just...
Oh, man.
So that was something we did
Brothers.
for a while. Oh, yeah. And so there was a time when we stopped doing that I still had PTSD.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I'd be like, is that Russ? Did he just come into the bathroom? Like, am I going to get bumped? And I've never done this with my sons.
Yeah.
But even then, I'd be like,
oh, yeah.
Crap, Ryan's in here. Is he going to do this?
Ryan? I'll kill you. How is you going to make someone pay $35 for it? How is you gone? Oh, my God. This apparently this was in Compton. Make someone pay $35 for a pork chop when it's peasant food. But this water tastes like swamp water. Atmosphere was 4 to 5, though. I mean, they had a good time.
Good atmosphere, yeah.
Although we serve peasants and kings alike, I can assure you our pork chop quality is of the highest quality. Raised at Heritage Farms, his name was Wilbur, and he had a wonderful life. Fed the finest pig food.
Wilbur?
Yeah, fed the finest pig food and well-loved. He fulfilled his destiny one fateful winter day. As for our water, apologies. I personally love it, but we have our own palates. We'd love to welcome you back to try a full array of our Pepsi products and our Wagyu steak.
Oh, there you go. Good answer.
Well done. I've always found my peasant food tastes better when paired with swamp water, but maybe that's just me. Bro.
All right.
The comments is always where it's
I
at.
ordered my food online through the app, scheduled my curbside pickup for 1 p.m. I arrived around 12:45 and click, I'm here. I waited over 15 minutes for my food. They did not offer any compensation for their error. The food was not very good, nor was it freshly made. I hate when people arrive at 1 p.m. for a 1 p.m. appointment.
Oh, man. Apparently you weren't in the Marine Corps.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Oh, my gosh.
All right, I'm going to read this. Getting our hard-earned money's worth by reporting truthfully. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Karen and Kyle went out to eat. The only reason my wife and I went to this crap hole is because the Texas County Reporter TV show said so. All right. It's Texas country. All right. The outside seating was out of control. A Mexican family of 11. Why can't it just be a family of 11?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can feel the bitterness already.
Yep.
Took the last of 4 tables and 11 chairs and grouped them where the band plays. White, real Americans had to stand. Oh, dear. My God. These people live in our world.
Yes, man. Yes.
The staff said and did nothing but get them their food 45 minutes faster than us whiteys. Some stupid-ass white smart BA used her diabetes issues to get the waiter to prioritize their food. A whopping 115 minutes to get our food to the table after we finally ordered. It took 45 minutes for a waiter to recognize white people were even there. This is the worst place to go. I feel like I shouldn't even be reading this.
Wow.
This is the worst place to go eat if you are white and respectful. You know what this is like? I feel like, you know when they do SNL and they write jokes for each other that are racist or whatever? Like, yes. I feel like you put this in front of me. It's hard to be white in America. Well played.
James says, beware of scanning the checks QR code. It tried charging an escort service on 2 different credit cards. I tried. After warning the restaurant about the issue, the owner called me and seemed concerned at first and wanted to work with me to ensure it doesn't happen again to his customers. I needed to cancel 2 credit cards because the escort service kept trying to charge them. Jesus, the owner, has been ignoring me since this happened 2 weeks ago. Obviously, it was no inconvenience for him or his business, only for me to have to cancel 2 credit cards during Christmas time. Be careful using this restaurant's QR codes. Who knows where your credit card will be charged?
This is one of the worst covers I've ever heard. Well played.
I don't know what happened. I just scanned a QR code, honey.
By the way, QR codes, for those of you who know, are like the worst thing you can do. Like, don't do it in public.
But do the QR code that we showed you earlier.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, the difference is, though, is like you do it at home, not a big deal. But you're out in public, like people can.
Yeah.
All right.
Here you go, ramen belly.
Food was amazing, but some guy kept complaining about someone saying yum, 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 and it really ruined the Japan experience. All right, Greg, you're an idiot. What is it? All I can say when my ramen came to my table was yum, yum, yummy. The food was delicious. Well played, Henry.
Oh, my gosh.
What do I got? Yeah. Yum, 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 yum.
All right. Oh, man, that's a big bowl of ramen.
Can you imagine?
Holy smokes.
Are you a ramen guy?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. I like
Maddy is, she loves ramen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have it occasionally, but it's not anything I ever like. It's not like a go-to, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Angry Yelp reviews.
Guys, we promise next week you guys don't have to just deal with us.
Yeah.
So,
next week, I think we're going to have the graduates here.
Yeah. Maddy and Ryan are going to be here.
So we're going to be utilizing all the chairs next week.
Thursday. So the show should be a lot more intelligent than normal.
Yeah.
They're both smarter than we are.
We'll just put them right here in the middle, and we'll be on the outside, and we'll literally just like
one of them is smarter than both of us combined.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
So true.
You know it's going to be funny.
Ryan's going to tell me that, Dad, you're doing all the video production wrong.
You know what's gonna be funny is it's been a while since Maddy and Ryan have been around each other. Yeah, and now they're like young adults. I'm anxiously kind of awaiting the interaction.
Yep.
I mean, they're both great kids who I would say they're both great kids who love seeing the other succeed and all that kind of stuff. They just haven't been around each other and really to conversate in a while.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they interact.
Well, so with that being said, you guys bring your questions for them next week because they are new. They will be newly graduated adults, and bring your questions.
And then from there on out, the show's gonna be known as Ryan and Maddy Show.
Yeah, because we really can't do anything right.
Yeah.
Everything we touch just breaks.
Yeah,
So,
bring your questions.
Yeah.
Bring your congratulations to them if you'd like. Send them money.
Send us money.
Yeah.
We'll accept it.
Send the graduates graduation financial gifts made out to Luke and Rory. We'll cash it for them. Make sure they get it.
I graduated in 2011.
I know.
Can I get a graduation gift?
Yeah. If you failed to send me a graduation gift in 1998, maybe now's the time. Make up for, just for old anxieties, dude. Let's.
Yep.
All right.
Well, I got to take off, and I don't got to take off, but after the show here, I got to go get my beautiful bride, who's going to be a graduate here in 2 weeks. I go buy her a new computer.
Oh.
One is a graduation gift because she needs a more powerful computer as a graphic designer.
More powerful than we got. Yeah.
Running all those Adobe things and everything. It won't be an Apple. Like I can handle making the transition. My wife, I mentioned to her a couple of times. I said, "Hey, I can get you a Samsung phone." Like, no. This is even back when I was hating Apple.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I don't know anything else. She's got her screen on her phone, Kaylee set up with all the shortcuts, so it looks very cute and cuddly and everything.
Yeah.
But you can't find anything. And I said, you want me to just like simplify this? No, I know where everything's at.
What's funny about that is Maddie's always had a PC, Windows based, and I've got the Mac, and she uses the Mac at home sometimes, and she just is almost ready to throw it out the window.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, it takes a little bit.
So at one point, she was talking to her aunt, my sister Jordan, and and she's like, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna get a Surface or whatever. And Jordan called me like Maddie was at the bridge, and I needed to run save her, kind of a deal. Like she was just like, "Do you know what your daughter said to me?" And I was like, "What's that?" And she's like, "She's talking about getting a freaking Windows-based computer for college." Like she was just so aghast. Like she's like, "You can't let this happen." So, anyways, I've been letting Maddie use this. Maddie does. She is going to get a Mac. She understands that for her, she's got an iPhone. She's got her AirPod. Everything she's got is Apple. Like she understands the simplicity of having it all on the same server, the same base, the whole everything. And honestly, the Mac can just do so much. You just got to get used to it.
Well, like I shared with you, and I don't know if we said it on here a couple of months ago, but it took a little bit of a learning curve for me because that's all I'd known my entire life was PC.
And you're old.
And I'm old, but I still feel like I'm not like my dad old at this age where, when our parents, when technology came along and our parents were like, "Yeah, screw this, I'm not doing this."
Gosh.
Yeah.
Why would you not want a corded phone?
Yeah. And so it took a little bit, but now I'm to the point where I'm happy with it. It still won't do things that Windows can do, so that is a little frustrating. And there are times I still have to break out my Surface to do like actual technical things.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I'm very happy with it, and it's very seamless because I can have my AirPods on, and if somebody calls, then it goes to there, and then if I'm watching something on my laptop after the call, then it just goes right to the laptop. So I don't have to unconnect from the phone and then connect to the laptop. So
even like yesterday, was it yesterday or night before, I was doing a video for Lainey, highlight video, and I usually just do it on iMovie on my phone because it's easy to pull all the clips I need. But it was so great. I did the video on my phone on iMovie, but I wanted to put different music to it, which it's easier to do on like Final Cut Pro or whatever. And so I finished the video, whatever. I put my phone down. I waited like a minute, opened up my computer. There it was. Yeah. Put the music in, send it to Lainey. Like, here you go. We're done. Like, just that like ease of switching devices and all that.
Drew says, I'm getting ready to fly to Denver for an audit tomorrow morning. Well, heck, from where you live, what is that, an hour flight? Maybe 90 minutes?
Walk it in, bro.
Yeah. Come on, you can jog.
Hey, go to Pint's Pub in Denver. Great selection. The most, they have the highest number, the most selections of scotches in the world outside of Scotland. So,
all right,
Pint's Pub in Denver. Check it out, my friend.
All right, kids, that's it. Literally next week, it's just going to be the two graduates.
Hey, I want to apologize for this show. And thanks for sticking with us, because that one
I didn't want to stick with it.
Every once in a while, we have one where it feels like we're forcing it.
And I didn't feel like this was going to be that kind of a show.
No.
But then it's like as soon as we hit go live, it kind of just.
I think part of it was like me trying to talk about Maddy and then get through that. And then obviously Lainey needed me, and so I had to.
You're not a professional.
No, I apologize. I'm not professional at much, except for being a jackass.
Yeah, if you get a degree in that, boy, you'd be doing well.
Hey, can I say one thing real quick? And for those of you who've seen my posts, I got to check in.
Oh yeah,
with her dad and figure out where we're at. Sophia Bersati, if you see this, I know you're okay. I haven't updated everyone on that and what's going on there, but hey, you are. I know life hasn't been easy, and I know life isn't easy. But you are loved, okay, and you are wanted, and your dad loves you, and you have lots of family and friends that care about you, including myself and my family. Just know that. Just if you see this, just know that. And that at the end of the day, we all have crap we deal with. You've had a rough hand, and I can't imagine. But people love you. Just know that. And so that's it. Appreciate you guys being here. If you can't get a hold of me in the next few days, it's because I cannot stop crying long enough to pick up the phone. Baby girl, so proud of you. So proud of you. I love you. All right, guys. I'm done.
All right, we'll see you next week.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!